every one of our citizens in Tekirdağ, whether they live in its districts or at the center. Like I said, I am delighted to be back in Tekirdağ and rubbing shoulders with you once again. Your love and your gratitude mean a lot to me, and I would like to extend my gratitude back to you, each and every one of you. As the President, this is my 5th visit to Tekirdağ. In the past, as the Prime Minister, I had the opportunity to come to Tekirdağ at a number of occasions. We had inauguration ceremonies, and we inaugurated many a project, many a building, many a facility here in Tekirdağ. Regardless of whether it was the electoral season or not, I did my best to come to Tekirdağ almost every year to share in your sorrows and joys. We are not like others. We do not advertise what we do to media outlets abroad. We talk to the nation directly and we seek their approval. And the matters that pertain to our nation, we resolve by negotiating with the members of our public, by talking to our nation. Our promises during our rallies at the time of elections are honored one by one when we are elected into power. Every election that we have participated in resulted us being victorious, and we did our best to be becoming of the trust entrusted on us by the members of the public. We have been keeping a close eye on Tekirdağ, its problems, and we have been resolving them. As the late Master Neşet said, it is important to seek approval before you pick a rose. There is a bridge from one heart to the other. Yes, with this sentiment, we have always been visiting the 81 provinces across the nation, and we have been keeping alive the road, the bridge that we have established with the members of our public. Every election that we participated in, thankfully we triumphed, and for 18 years now we have been in government, and the key to that to success is actually this unshakable bond that we have forged with each and every member of our nation. And the success that we have accomplished have been linked to the aid that we distribute by some quarters, but these people were never have never been popular with the public, and they have been looking down on the electorate in order to console themselves. But these people do not know what it means to engage in hard work. Instead of working hard, they badmouth those who work hard, and they try and tarnish the reputations of those who work hard. Instead of understanding the nation, instead of sharing their sorrows, they have been locked in their ivory towers in Ankara. They have been looking down on the nation from their columns in newspapers. On the night of 15th of July, in order to preserve its will, the members of the public took to the streets and stood in front of the tanks, and these people thought that their votes would be up for sale, but that definitely is not the case, and for some reason they do not understand how dignified our nation is. This is an outlook from the past, a manifestation of an elitist approach, and we have seen that this attitude is rearing its ugly head recently. Sometimes their title is politicians, sometimes academics, sometimes journalists, but now we know who these people are. And despite all of this, we have been serving our nation. We believe that politics is but a vehicle to serve the nation, and we will continue to do politics in accordance with our nation. We will make sacrifices. We will sometimes perhaps not spend enough time with our families, but we will work harder. We will run faster, and with this sentiment, today we are back in Tekirdağ, and I had the opportunity to attend the provincial congress of our party, and until 2023 we will continue to serve the city of Tekirdağ, and this will be made possible thanks to the people elected at today's congress. And here we are right now to inaugurate the magnificent medical center, the city hospital that the people of Tekirdağ have been waiting for so long. Today marks the official inauguration of this medical center, which is called İsmail Fehmi Cumaloğlu Tekirdağ City Hospital, and this hospital will be a source of pride for our city. Well, who is this person, İsmail Fehmi Cumaloğlu? Yes, our brother Fehmi was born in 1912. He is from Hayrabolu, here in Tekirdağ. He was born there, and he was a physician, but at the same time, he was a politician. And he and I had the opportunity to work together. He was a senior brother to us all. He was an influential figure in our lives. As we were traveling here in the helicopter, the Speaker of our Parliament, Mustafa Bey, said to me, he said, Fehmi Bey is actually from here. And at the same time, he is a physician. He served as the Minister of Labor, and he also joined us in the higher echelons of our political party. And then we said to ourselves, let us think no further. Let us give his name to the city hospital to immortalize his name for eternity. This is what we decided when we were en route to Tekirdağ. He studied in the medical school in Istanbul, and he specialized on internal medicine. He served in the military hospital in Samsun. He was the chief physician, and then he was the chairperson of the medical association in Samsun, and then he became an MP for Kayseri for the 13th term, and 15th and 16th term he served as the MP for Istanbul, and he was the Ministry of Labor, and he had 3 children. May he rest in peace. And in terms of politics and in terms of working as a statesman, he was quite influential, and on top of that he was a poet, and he was a good poet at that. And he was good with words, and right now we will be naming this hospital after him, and inshallah his memory will always live on in Tekirdağ. Hopefully his name will be immortal. May he rest in peace. Al-Fatiha to his soul.
Hastanemiz
102 ICU beds, 486 beds in total will be available here at this medical center, and the Tekirdağ City Hospital will have 124 outpatient clinic rooms, 18 operating theaters, labs, and other features. And as such, including Bulgaria and Greece, it will be the largest integrated medical center of the region. We have utilized a smart building concept, and cooling and heating services will be rendered much more efficient, and 651 earthquake isolators were also placed within the foundations of this hospital. This is really a cutting-edge building. There's a helipad, 1,000-kilometer biking lane, and 1,300 strong car park. And inshallah, the Tekirdağ City Hospital will play an important role in terms of healthcare tourism and add to the attraction of our city. This magnificent building will be a source of pride for us all. May it be auspicious for our city of Tekirdağ. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank all the authorities, all the companies, contractors, engineers, and workers who made this accomplishment possible. Taking this opportunity, I would also once again commemorate Dr. İsmail Cumaloğlu, who was a great politician, a great statesman, and a great physician. Dear friends, a strong state is a state that can support its citizens at times of need. We have been going through a pandemic globally, which has been more or less a litmus test. Even the most developed nations in the world have seen their true capacity and their true capabilities, and true colors of certain countries have been revealed, and facts have been revealed for what they are, from masks to ventilators, from consumables used by healthcare professionals to medication. Turkey has actually achieved great success and did not experience the problems that so-called affluent countries experience, because neither their healthcare professional numbers nor their reimbursement systems stood the test of COVID-19. It was revealed definitely that they were insufficient. But when you look at Turkey, we turned the Atatürk airport to a field hospital. 106 bed field hospital was inaugurated in a matter of 45 days in total. And similarly, again, 1006 capacity hospital was built in Sancaktepe on the Anatolian side of Istanbul, again within a matter of 45 days. Is there a precedent to this elsewhere? No. And there are 16 operating theaters in both of these field hospitals. On top of that, we offer MRI services, CT, and ultrasound services. Fully equipped are these hospitals, these two magnificent hospitals. And we were able to pull this off at this challenging time. Why? Because we need to fight against this pandemic. We need to be vigilant against this pandemic. And in this battle, when planes come from abroad, they can land in Atatürk Airport, and in mere 3 minutes, patients can go to the hospital. Likewise, in Sancaktepe, there's a proximity between the hospital and the airport. What made this possible is actually this government, our strength as the governing party. And of course, we have this magnificent army of healthcare professionals, and they were engaged in this battle, and they fought valiantly. And within our army of healthcare professionals, unfortunately, we had martyrs. May they also rest in peace. Inshallah, they will rest in heaven. And without any hindrance, they mobilized their efforts to fight against infections and fight against this pandemic. They did not shy away from this struggle, and they triumphed, and they continue to triumph in this battle. Of course, this is easier said than done, and this is the beauty of this profession. This profession, its attraction is based on this, and I do believe that especially those in certain places we have seen some undignified acts, some attacks that were targeted at our healthcare professionals. That is ungratefulness. That needs to stop, and these people, these perpetrators, will pay the price, be it here on this earth or in the hereafter. Yes, this process has shown us some pictures that have given us cause to be concerned about the future of humanity. People lost their lives. Healthcare professionals around the world could not find masks, and in homes for the elderly, there were a very high number of deaths. But Turkey, thanks to its strong healthcare infrastructure and thanks to the universal healthcare insurance system, we actually attracted a lot of attention from other countries. We did send masks and PPE to 158 countries. Whatever we had, whatever we could send to them, we did send to them, because whenever there is a sorrow, wherever there is a wound that needs to be dressed, we should be there. That is what our culture, what our civilization requires us to do, and that's why we took these steps. The total capacity in Europe is actually almost matches, matches the capacity in Turkey. We have an army of healthcare professionals that surpass 1 million people. In a short while, like I said, we inaugurated 2 field hospitals, and this is a testament to the capabilities that we have. And in northern Cyprus, we are building a new hospital that will have 250 beds. That has been completed actually, and on Sunday, inshallah, we will inaugurate that medical center. And again, it was built in a matter of 3 months. So with such great speed, we were able to build that hospital in Cyprus. Dear friends, the largest evacuation operation of the history of our republic again was implemented by us. Many countries built temporary field hospitals, and they tried to contain the pandemic by building such makeshift hospitals, but we were able to repatriate 140,000 citizens from all across the globe. These citizens, about 239 citizens, were flown into Turkey via ambulance aircraft because they did not have the means of treatment where they were. And also we provided medical aid to 9 international medical organizations, and also we know that our struggle has not yet come to an end. COVID-19 will be with us for some time to come, and in the last couple of weeks, all across the world, we are seeing an increase in the number of cases and COVID-19 related deaths. And this should remind us once again that we need to be vigilant. Until the medication or the vaccination is found, we should not get complacent. We should continue to fight against this pandemic. So I would like to call out to the members of our public who are listening us today. Please, for the love of God, please be vigilant. Please do not go out and about, spend time outside and smoke outside or at cafes. Please quit smoking. Let us not be murderers of our own selves, because we know that COVID-19 infiltrates the lungs first and foremost, and the lungs are harmed first and foremost because of smoking. So let us please join our forces. Please help us out. In Istanbul, in Ankara, a new process has started between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. As you know, people will be able to go out outside these hours. Everyone will rest at home. We have got to do this. And we're not doing this for the sake of doing it. We're doing it only because we need to overcome this hurdle together, and in order to make sure that we as a nation can actually overcome this pandemic. And we are working towards finding a vaccine as well. And Russia and China and Germany, and by the way, 2 Turkish brothers and sisters of ours contributed majorly to the efforts in the UK as well. There are some studies going on, and we continue to cooperate with these countries It is all about finding a solution to this healthcare crisis. Our Ministry of Health is liaising with other countries' Ministry of Health and following what they are doing. And in the last couple of days, we have heard promising news, but from time to time, sadly, we also hear some misleading information. This is something that pertains to millions and billions of people around the world, and it is shameful that certain quarters are trying to make a profit out of this. The vaccine should be above the profits of companies, and regardless of whether people are rich or poor, or whether the countries are rich or poor, they should have access to this vaccine. As we continue to work on our vaccine, domestic vaccine, we will also be taking realistic measures to fight against this pandemic. We're never going to compromise on the well-being of our citizens, but we are also not going to compromise on educational activities or commercial activities. Our struggle with the or against the pandemic has been strong, and that has been because we have been implementing our own, very own authentic policies rather than following other countries, and these policies are being updated as things change, and we will continue to do that. As of yesterday, in all of our 81 provinces, in large streets and avenues, we introduced a smoking ban, and if needs be, we will be taking further precautions in the future. Of course, throughout this process, the real responsibility lies with our citizens. In our fight against the pandemic, the most important condition is to not contract the virus, is not to fall ill, and for that to happen, we need to be mindful about cleanliness, wearing of masks, and social distancing. It is imperative that we adhere to these rules. I would like to call out to all our citizens and implore them to adhere to these rules for the love of their, for the welfare of their loved ones. It is an obligation, a citizenship obligation for us all. For 9 months now, we have been working tirelessly. Our healthcare professionals are making great sacrifices. We can only pay our debt to them by strictly adhering to these rules. And I do believe that the members of our nation will show the necessary sensitivity about this matter. With these sentiments, I would like to hope that this Tekirdağ City Hospital will be auspicious for all our citizens, and I would like to thank everyone who made this event possible and this great project possible. All the relevant companies, contractors, the Ministry of Health, the engineers, the workers, even at a difficult time, they displayed great diligence and they made great sacrifices. Once again, I would like to extend to them my gratitude, and I would like to greet you all once again with my deepest regards. Thank you very much indeed.
Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a konuşmaları için çok teşekkür ediyor ve zat-ı devletlerini bir müddet sahnede misafir ediyoruz. Günün anısına hediyelerini takdim etmek üzere yüklenici firma adına Akfen Yönetim Kurulu Başkanı Sayın Hamdi Akın'ı sahneye davet ediyoruz. Buyurunuz lütfen.